St. Peter's Senior High School has 12 points. Presec Legon has 21 points. St. Augustine's College has 26 points. Contestants, before we start the next round, please take a moment to take a deep breath and calm down. To go. A long way to go. Round 2. This round is also known as the speed race. The questions in the round are directed to all 3 schools simultaneously. For an opportunity to answer a question, you must ring for it. May I hear your bell, St. Augustine's? Yours, St. Peter's. Thank you. And yours, Presec Legon. If you ring and answer correctly on the first attempt, 3 points. On the second attempt, 2 points. On the third attempt, 1 point. But be very careful, because if you attempt to answer a question and you are unsuccessful, either the answer is wrong or you are unable to provide an answer within a reasonable period, you lose a precious point. For questions requiring calculations, you have a maximum of 30 seconds to present your answer. If there are no calculations, you have a maximum of 10 seconds. Best wishes to all 3 schools. First set of questions, each 30 seconds. First one. Find the de Broglie wavelength of an alpha particle moving at a speed of 1.80 times 10 raised to the power 8 meters per second. The right answer is 4.44 times 10 raised to the power negative 16 meter. Next one. What is the Brewster angle for light incident from air into glass of refractive index square root of 3? Yes, Fanny.
60 degrees.
Yes. Next one. Next one. A ring of radius 0.5 meter carries a net charge of positive 5.0 microcoulomb. What is the electric current in the ring when it is rotated about its axis at an angular frequency of 80 radians per second? Yes, which of you, please? Fanny?
200 microamperes.
That's incorrect. The right answer is 64 microamperes. Next set, 10 seconds. Give 2 primary standards for acids and 1 primary standard for bases. Yes, Selassie.
For the acids, we have HCl and then H2SO4. And then for the base, we have Na2CO3.
That's incorrect. Interestingly, the primary standard for acid must be a base. So, there are several options. I was looking for 2 of them. Anhydrous sodium trioxocarbonate for borax or sodium ethane dioate. And then the primary standard for bases, that has to be an acid. And the options were potassium hydrogen phthalate, ethane dioic acid, and benzoic acid. All right, next one. The Lazarine sodium fusion test is used for the detection of nitrogen, sulfur, and halogens in organic compounds. State what happens to any nitrogen. Yes.
The nitrogen is converted to cyanide, and then the sulfur is converted to S2 minus, and then the halogens are converted to sodium halides.
I'm not accepting, I continue. State what happens to any nitrogen and sulfur. Yes, Fanny.
The nitrogen forms sodium cyanide, and the sulfur forms sodium sulfide.
I'm not accepting that. State what happens to any nitrogen and sulfur in an organic compound after fusion with sodium. Okay. Sometimes patience is a virtue. All right. So the nitrogen is converted into the cyanide ion, Cn minus, not sodium cyanide, just the cyanide ion. And then the sulfur is converted to S2 minus ion. Next one. What is the main difference between the setups for simple? All right, Fanny.
For the fractional distillation, it has a fractionating column that is packed with beads. But for the simple distillation, it lacks this fractionating column.
Again.
The fractional distillation has a fractionating column that is packed with beads. But for the simple distillation, it lacks this fractionating column.
I'm not accepting it, so I continue reading. For simple distillation and for fractional distillation. I wanted to know exactly where. So a fractional distillation setup has a fractionating column between the flask and the distillation head. That is exactly where it is. Next set, 10 seconds. A cell detects that there is too much of a substance in its cytoplasm. So it makes a chemical messenger to inhibit the enzyme that is producing the substance. Explain why this is not a feedback inhibition. Niamu.
This is not a feedback mechanism because in a feedback inhibition, the products formed at the end of the series of reactions should inhibit the formation of itself. But then, in this case, the product formed does not inhibit the production of itself, but rather another substance which has no connection to the product of the mechanism is rather used to inhibit the production of the...
Well done. Next one. A cell biologist examined the number of slices of onion root tip cells in various stages of mitosis. Of 1,000 cells counted, 692 cells were in prophase, 105 in metaphase, 45 in anaphase, and 168 in telophase. What conclusion can be drawn from these observations? Oh. So the observations give an idea of the relative duration of each stage of mitosis, right? So from the numbers, you can see that prophase is longest, then telophase, followed by metaphase and anaphase. Anaphase, of course, is the shortest. So by looking at the numbers, you can tell how long each stage takes. Very interesting experiment. All right, next one. While traveling at a higher altitude, a person complains of dizziness and vomiting sensation. Which part of the inner ear is disturbed during the journey? Yes, Eliason.
The ampulla. The ampulla is disturbed during and as well as the utriculus.
I'm not accepting it. Michael.
The semicircular canals are disturbed and they stimulate the cupula.
No, I'm not accepting it. It's a labyrinth. Labyrinth. Last set. 30 seconds each. When a number is decreased by 30%, the result is 280. Find the number. Yes, Eliason.
The number is 400.
Yes. one. Given the relation R is equal to the set of ordered pairs 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 4, 3, 3, and 3, 5. Find the domain A and the range B of R. Yes, Selassie.
The domain is 1, 2, and 3. And then the range is 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Who rang next? Yes, St. Augustine, Eliasson.
The domain is 1, 2, and 3. And the range is 2, 3, and 4. And the...
I'm not going. Did they ring? Okay, so I continue reading for you. Determine if R is a function. Michael.
The domain is 1, 2, and 3. And the range is 2, 3, 4, and 5. And R is not a function.
Yes. Last one. Factorize the expression x plus 1, the expression raised to the power 3 plus 1. Yes, Penny.
So, we have x plus 2 multiplying the expression in a bracket x squared plus 2x plus 2 plus x plus 1.
No. Who rang next? Yes, Selassie. Selassie.
But you know my
Hey, go on.
You have it.
Go.
Do the other one. We have an expression in bracket x plus 2 multiplying another expression in bracket 2x squared plus 4x plus 4.
No. Yes, Eliasson.
We have in one bracket x plus 2 multiplying the bracket of x squared plus x plus 1.
Yes. And that's the end of the second round.